The walls are a lush tropical green. The sofa and several armchairs and sectional chairs are all oversized, so designed that no one can sit comfortably in them. Sitting back, no one under 8 feet tall can place his feet on the floor. Therefore, for anyone in the room, there are only two alternatives: to sit perched precariously on the edge of the sofa or chair, clinging to one of the arms for support, or to curl up in it, feet pressed against fine upholstery. To Carson Sand, owner of the apartment, this choice presents no problem. She is now curled up in one of the sectionals, cigarette holder raised aloft. This is to symbolize mocking contempt of and hostility toward men, and therefore rationality and high romantic standards. Carson is a little woman, straight hair seeping down on one side of her face. Her figure can only be described as protoplasmic, amorphous. Her age, too, is indeterminate, but is presumably in the 50s. She wears a shapeless suit with military shoulders in the height of fashion, Moscow, 1925. Her eyes are beady and intent, and when she talks, she's invariably curled up, ready to strike. Carson skyrockets to fame as an author on the basis of a novel, eagerly bought for its graphic rating. She believes his popularity demonstrates the mass devotion to her philosophical message. Sitting at right, also curled up, are her two disciples, Jonathan and Greta. They are in their 20s, but already stamped with the arrogance of their patron. Jonathan's nose is permanently tilted at a 45-degree angle from horizontal, and his straight brown hair is hidden in front by a blonde bleach. Greta is a pretty blonde with dark skin and a general feline air. Although bearing no physical resemblance to Carson, she also affects the same type of cigarette holder and the same brand of tiny matches as the latter. She does not yet wield the holder with quite the same flourish. On sofa at extreme right, George Kelly lies sleeping. George is tall and thin, his once handsome face permanently marked in an expression of great gentleness, languor, and boredom. George is Carson's husband. At center back is a deluxe radio phonograph 27-inch TV set. Curled up in front of the seat is a luxurious black and gray cat, Alfonso I. On top of the mantelpiece, next to the set, is a framed double photograph of Jonathan and Greta, autographed but to Carson. Greta has inscribed, "Thank you, Carson, for giving me a round universe." Jonathan wrote archly, "To the woman with the beautiful cat." Enter Keith Hackley, a pleasant, earnest, well-dressed young man of 25. Hackley, a graduate student in history, walked in hesitantly from the left. George, awakening, leaps to his feet and approaches.
Here, let me, please. Keith Hackley, Jonathan, Greta, and Carson Sand.
Well, Mr. Hankley, I'm glad you could come.
Well, Miss said, I'm very pleased that she would allow me to come in.
Oh, Keith, how could I not ask you to come after sending me such a splendid letter about my novel?
Oh, it was really nothing.
Oh?
I must say, though, Miss said, your book was an inspiration. The Brow of Zeus was one of the finest novels I've read in years.
Mr. Hackley, did you say one of the finest novels?
Why, yes.
Do you care to offer us the name of any novel you've read in years that even remotely compares to the Brow of Zeus?
Well,
There's one thing we cannot tolerate, Mr. Hackley. It is imprecision of language. You said one of the finest novels. What were the others?
Hemingway was rather impressive.
Hemingway? Good God! Of course, when we say God, we do not imply agreement with the concept. You're merely using it as a strong idiomatic expression.
Oh, Keith, can't you see Hemingway's premises in every line Southman writes?
The struggle against the bull, the moment of
Hemingway is anti-life, anti-mind, anti-reality.
Jonathan tried to come. I think we should give Mr. Hankley more of a chance. After all, he's a lover of the Brow of Zeus, and that's a big plus.
Yes, of course.
Of course, Carson.
Would you like a cigarette? Here, this is a particularly rational brand.
rational. No, thank you. I don't smoke.
You don't smoke? Why not?
Well, because I don't like to.
You don't like it too? You permit your mere subjective whims, your feelings to stand in the way of reason and reality?
Yes, Miss said. What other reason could you possibly have for not smoking other than
Mr.
simply not liking it?
Mr. Hack, Carson Sand never does anything out of her mere subjective preferences. Only out of the nature of objective reality. grossly abused Miss Carson Sands' courtesy.
I don't understand.
Mr. Hines, what are you evading a self-evident fact? Smoking is a symbol of the fire and the mind, the fire of ideas. He who refuses to smoke is therefore an enemy of ideas and of the mind.
Well, then a match is even more of a symbol.
Enough! How dare you mock Carson Sand? You wouldn't mock God.
Wait, Jonathan. Let us wait before passing the final judgment. Perhaps his problem is on a deeper level.
Of course, Carson.
Now, kid, are you a rationalist?
Well, I'm not sure.
Come, do you hold reason as your absolute?
Well, that would depend on what you mean by rationality.
A rationalist is a man who lives exclusively by his reason, which means by the power of his mind to think, which means by the power of his own mind to think, which means by the power of objective reality.
Wait, Jonathan. Now, kid, are you a rationalist?
Well, I approve of reason and thinking, of course, but,
Mr. Huntley, we are very patient with you because we send every courtesy and every letter to a lover of the proud seals. Let me put it this way. Are you a mystic?
a mystic. Well, no, I don't approve of this Zen Buddhist business.
Oh, kid, I'm trying to hold a serious conversation with you.
I know,
Please give me the courtesy of not interrupting me in the middle of a talk.
I'm sorry,
Surely you must realize I'm not talking about the twisted lepers, Asiatic bums hearing someone on a dagger. That's only the most obvious, the most blatant kind of mystic.
I know, Los Angeles is full of queer,
Mr. Hackney, why do you persist in evasion of Miss Sands' frank and honest questions? We both know you're running like hell.
I'm sorry, look, I don't know what you people are talking about.
Kids, to put it simple, a mystic is someone who allows something else to come between his reason and his reality, who places something higher than his reason. Do you see?
Are you religious, Keith?
Oh, religions. Well, not terribly. I go to church twice a year, Christmas and Easter, but, well, religion plays a very small part in my life.
Only twice a year, he says. You know where that comes from.
Of course, there's a passage on page 236, paragraph 2 of Zeus that explains this syndrome perfectly.
Look, I told you people, I don't respect religion very highly.
Kids, our feelings do not come here at all. Our reason tells us that religion is evil.
Religion is evil, which means anti-mind, which means anti-life, which means anti-reality.
Well done, comrade.
Look, I don't know what to tell you. I don't take religion very seriously.
My God, we're talking about life and death matters, and he doesn't. Oh!
Mr. Hackney, do you take anything seriously?
Wait, Mr. Humphrey. Perhaps your problem. We can approach it through stakes. What composer do you like, for example?
Well, I'm not much of a musician.
That's alright, that doesn't matter. Your musical taste reveals your premise.
Well, I like the usuals, Bach, Mozart, Beethoven.
Keith, how could you? I, who know the deep of depravity to which most men sink, even I have to ask myself, how can they? Beethoven, Mozart, who reek of naturalism, whose whole works tremble on values, whose every note displays the malevolent universe premise.
Malevolence.
Oh, Keith, can you see the hatred of life in every bar of their music?
You told Carson in your letter that you like the brow of Zeus because it opposes collectivism and totalitarianism.
Yes, exactly.
But how in the name of reason can't you see that a composer like Mozart on the malevolent universe premise is on the same premise as the collectivists you claim to despise?
Are you saying that Mozart was a collectivist?
Not in that primitive kind of way, but in a way that premises interconnect on a deeper and therefore more important level. Do you see?
Keith, we always ask every new person we meet, who's his favorite character in the Brow of Zeus? Who's yours?
Oh, well, I like Joey Fontana.
Joey Fontana!
Why, yes.
Why you prefer him, kid?
Well, he was on the good side. For freedom, he was a good-natured, amiable fellow.
Joey Fontana, the very image of the nice, third-rate common man, and you picked him over a hero like Kyle Crane or Sebastian Del Rey?
Well, they were all right. They just seemed a bit wooden and one-dimensional.
Enough, Keith Hackney. You have had the rare privilege of spending an evening with the greatest minds you could ever hope to meet. Carson Sand, Greta Lansdowne, and myself. And above all, you've met Carson Sand, the greatest mind that has ever been, or ever shall be, the greatest person who has ever lived, or ever shall live. And how have you treated this privilege? I have sat here while you have committed a series of irrational, unforgivable sins against Carson Sand. You interrupted instead of asking questions. You mocked like a hooligan in such a disrespectful way. And to who? To this woman who has brought to the world the knowledge that A is A. And 2 plus 2 equals 4. Therefore, Keith Hackwood, you have damned yourself forevermore. That's right, Keith Hackwood. You leave me but with one alternative: to demand that you leave this house never to return.
Mr. Cameron, forgive me, but how can you stand all this?
Oh, this sort of thing goes on almost every night. You get used to it.
But how can
After a few years, you get to overlook it. Take it easy, sleep on the couch, say yes once in a while. Hell, it's a living.